Hello everyone, this is ATech is here. So today our topic will be three-tier application deployment with using the EKS. So this will be best practices, and then we'll be using the EFK login with the EFK. So moving on, so this is the structure or architect for the config, the props, and the EFK. In the Kubernetes. So I'll talk about the what is the config map and the props and the EFK in Kubernetes. So the config map, this is the Kubernetes object that used to store the configuration data in the key value pair. It allow us to separate the configuration from the application code, making it easier to manage and they modify the setting without having the rebuild or redeploy application. So mostly the config map is can be consumed by the container within the pod as environment variables and command line arguments or the configuration file. This help us to keep the application flexible and the environment independent, allowing the same container image to be used with the different configuration in a different environment. So that could be like development, staging, and the production level. So in Kubernetes, like the props are checked to use to monitor the health and status of the container running in a pod. This helps the Kubernetes determine the whether a container is running properly or and if it need to be restarted or replaced. So there is a three type of the props. One is the liveness prop, another one is a read lines prop, and another one is a stirrup prop. So liveness prop, this is the check if the container is still live and functional. If this prop fails, Kubernetes restart the container. And the read lines prop is check the if container is ready and handle the traffic. If it fails, Kubernetes will stop and send in the request to that container until it's ready. And the startup prop is ensure that container has started properly. And if its prop is failed, Kubernetes assume the container isn't starting correctly and it may take action like restarting it. So basically, the props are critical for the maintaining the application reliability and ensure the smooth operation in the Kubernetes environment. And lastly, the EFK stand for the Elasticsearch, Fluent, and the Kibana, which is the popular login stack used in the Kubernetes and other environment to collect the process and visualize logs. So Elasticsearch, like this is the search and analytic engine that store and index logs so they can easily search, analyze. And the Fluent is a log collector and for it gathered the log from the various source, process them and send them to the Elasticsearch for the storage. And lastly, the Kibana, this is the data visualized tools that work with the Elasticsearch, provide a web interface to view and analyze the log in real time with the chart, graph, and the dashboard. So together, the EFK stack enable efficient log management, make it easier to monitor, troubleshoot, and gain insight into the application and the infrastructure. And moving on the agenda, so we'll be create a EC2 instance, so that will be the patient host, and then we'll be automate the installation of the prerequisites that could be AWS CLI, kubectl, and the EKS CTL with the shell script. And then we'll be creating the EKS cluster and then create the backend deployment with the environment variable in a declarative way. And then we'll be install the ham and run MySQL. Then we configure the database for the our application database. And then we'll be run the backend application with the help of the config map to serve the environment variable. And then we run the deployment with the changes, resources, configuration. And then we'll be incorporated with the liveness prop and the readlines prop. and then we create a custom helm chart for the application and run it. And lastly, we incorporate EFK for the login part. So now we will do the hands-on. So this is my channel. Mostly we do more hands-on than like just talk about it. So I believe in like if you do more hands-on, you will learn more. So to get started with the hands-on, so this is our landing page for the AWS. First thing I need to do, so the region is for the North Virginia since I'm like close to this region. So next thing I have to do is create the EC2 instance. So for that, I click on the launch instance. So since I don't have any default VPC created, so first thing I need to do is create the new VPC. So this will be the default one. Okay, so VPC is created, so I will just refresh the page to get the default VPC. Yeah, now everything should be good. So our name would be the Bayesian. So this will be the Bayesian host for the EC2 server, and the MI will be the Ubuntu, and you will be using the more resources. For that, we need T2 medium. So you need more CPU power and the memory. And the key pair, you can create the new key pair since I have the existing one, so I'll be using the my existing key pair, but you can feel free to use the create a new key pair if you don't have it. And the network pair, I will click on the add it, and then everything is by default, and I will just change the security group for the inbound rule, so it should be the all traffic, and it should be good. And we need more storage for this one, so we choose 20 gigabyte. And everything should be good, so I will click on the launch instance. So if I go to the instance, I will see my instance is running. So I'll copy this instance, and to run this server, we need the mobile strum for the Windows user. But if you have the Mac OS, you can use the terminal. So I will try to SSH into this mobile strum, and the default name will be 12, as you know. And we'll be using the key. Without the key, it's not gonna be work. So it will be EKS pan, and now I'm inside my um server. Okay, so let me clear this, and the next thing I have to do is in the previous video I to install everything over and over. So what we can do, we can use a one shell command. So inside the shell command, we put all the configuration for the installation. And so with this shell command, we can install everything in a single command. So first for that, like I have to do beam install sh, and here I'll just copy and paste this command. So basically, what this one is like, it will be install. So it will be update the dependency, then it will install the unzip since AWS will be install the zip file. So to unzip this file, we need to install the unzip first. Then we'll be install the CLI, AWS CLI, and then it will be install the kubectl installation, and then it will be install the EKSCTL installation. So basically that would be it for the installation. So let me save and quit. And now if I do ls -l, you can see the install.sh file is showing. So now we have to give the permission to this file so it can be installed and like have the administration access. So we can be execute for that. We can do the chmod +x, then install and sh. So if I do ls -l now, so you can see now I have the permission. So to install the shell script, I can do just dot install sh. So now it will be install everything, whatever inside this shell file. So I have to wait until this is done. So installation is completed. Now to check if everything is installed, first then we can do is AWS version. So you can see we have the is a version is showing, so it's installed already. And we can do kubectl version. So you can see the kubectl is also installed and it's showing the version 5.5.0, and the client version is version 1.232. And then if I do the EKS version, so you can see 0.199. So everything installed. So next thing I have to do is configure the AWS. For that, I have to first authenticate the credential. So for that, we go to the IAM, the access, identity access management, and over here, so I already created the, let me just create again. So let me just create again just to show you guys. So if I do EFK, so I'm creating the user at ST policy directory, and I'll be choosing the this AWS managed job function, the administrator access, and then click on the next, and then create user. So if I do refresh, this is created. Now I have to security credential and get the access key, and it will be CLI and confirmation and next, and create access key, and now I have the access key. So now I have to do the so if I do AWS S3 LF, so you can see I have to be unable to locate the credentials, so I have to configure it. So I do AWS configure. So now it's asking for the access key. So we give the access key here now, and asking for the secret access key. So I'm giving the secret access key. And now the default region will be since this is the North Virginia region. So my region will be the US East one. US East one. And the default output will be JSON. So if I do AWS S3LX, you can see now I'm not getting any error. So it's configured already. Now I need to create a cluster OML file to specifically EKS cluster configuration. What I do beam cluster.yml, and then let me just share this one. So let me do some changes here. Yes. So you can give any name. So I'm just using this one. So mostly this is the API version, the kind in the cluster config, the metadata is the name is this one, and the region is US East one, and the version is 1.27. Node group is one, and it would be generated instance type will be T2 medium, and the capacity will be 3, and the volume size will be 20, and IAM will be true, everything. So it look good. So we'll just save and quit. And now we have to apply these clusters over the EKS CTL create cluster minus F, then the cluster.oml. So now it will be creating the cluster. So it will take about 10 to 15 minutes to install everything. We have to wait until this is done. So I think we almost finished with the installation, the cluster. So if I go to the cloud formation, you can see it's still pending. So some of them is completed. So now it's creating the security group. So we have to wait until everything is done. So just give it like 10 to 15 minutes to just install, the creating the cluster. So as you can see, our EKS cluster is created. So if I go to the situ instance right now, so I will see three or more instances running. So it's added the three more instances. You can see, and you can see all of them instant type is T2 medium that um we implement these in the YML file. So then moving on, the next thing we have to do, if I do the kubectl get node, you can see we can see three of the nodes is created and it's ready to use. So now I have to create some of the alias for some of the command like kubectl. So we don't have to type everything. For that, we can do beam. So here I'll be add some of the alias here. So alias k equal to kubectl and then alias kgp equal to kubectl get nodes no get parts. So that's the shortcut way. And then lastly the alias kgs equal to, it will be kubectl get sbc, which is mean service. So everything looks good. Let me just save and quit this one, and to apply these changes we can do the source then dot bash rc. So if I do the k get nodes, you can see it's giving the same thing. So we don't have to write the kubectl the whole thing, just k get nodes. It's showing all the nodes. Now let me clear this. Next thing I have to do, I have to create the backend deployment. For that I'll be using this command. So it will be kubectl in k. Remember we use the alias. So k create deployment backend image. So that will be my image that I created the last video. So if you don't see my last video, you can go back and check. So that will be the my video link and in the image location, and it will be one and it will be back in YML. And now if I do the beam backend YML, so you can see everything is here. So I have to add some of the configuration here. So for that, I will be copy this and then go back there. Insert, and I'll be at this one. And guys, be careful with the indentation, like it has to be same thing, otherwise the code will be not working. So the email should be under the name and then will be here, and then value will be under the name and everything will be same. Okay, now save and quit. So to apply the changes, we can do okay, apply -f the backend YML. So you can see our backend is created. So if I do the KGP, so it will be showing the parts. So you can see our part is still running. I mean, it's creating. So we have to wait until it's showing ready. So you can see now it's running. So our pod is running right now. So if I go into so next thing I have to do is go inside this pod. So let me just copy this pod name, and then I have to do exec IT and the pod bash. So now inside the pod, and if I do environment, you can see it's showing the MySQL password, like whatever, like the configuration I did, so it's showing here. So now let me exit. So the next thing I have to do, install the ham. For that, I had to go to this location and follow this. So here from the, so it's basically same thing that we did in the last video. So we copy and paste this command. So it will be install the ham. And then next thing you have to do is after this one, we have to add the bitnami chart to this list into the ham repo. So for that, I copy this command and then paste it here. So if I do the ham repo list, it should be showing the list. And now I have to do ham repo update. So it will be update the latest repository. So next you have to do create a storage YML. So for that to beam your storage YML. So here I have to copy this command and paste it. So paste it here. So basically it will be API version storage and the kind will be storage class. Metadata name will be EBS SC and the notation abbreviation, and it will be type will be the GP2 and the retain volume. So let me save and quit this one. And the next thing I have to do is apply this storage. For that I do kubectl, or I can use the K since we added the alias. Apply -f the storage YML. This is created. Now I have to create a present volume claim for the MySQL for the VM. MySQL pbc .yml. So here I copy this comment. So basically this API version is version 1 and is a present volume claim. Name will be MySQL pb claim, and that has the read and write access, and storage will be EBS. The storage is 20 GB. So save and quit. So now I have to apply this one as well. K apply -f MySQL pbc. So it's created. The next thing I have to do is create another YML file for the declared values for the MySQL. So beam MySQL values .yml. So this is the authorization, and it has the user is secure user, and the database will be 2-tier backend DB, and the very secure password. And basically it has the access to read and write, and the size will be 20 GB. So let me save and quit. Now I have to install the MySQL in the MySQL namespace with the MySQL value YML configuration. For that, we follow this command. We install the dummy and the MySQL value. So it's created. So let me clear this one. If I do the KGP, it will be showing the, you see the MySQL parts. So it's still in it. So if I do the KGS, it will be showing the MySQL server, which is running on the TCP. This is the code. So let me close the PDP, and you can see it's still in it, so it's still not running. So you have to wait until this is running status. Okay, so you can see the MySQL is running. The next thing you have to do is do some configuration in the backend YML. And here we have to change some of the we have to remove this one and paste the newly environment for the MySQL. So paste it, and let me fix this indexion. And now save and quit. And now you have to apply -f the backend YML again. Now it's configured. If I do KGP, it will be showing the previous one is terminating and the newly created one is running. So let me copy this backend name, pod name, and if I do kexec -ip and the paste the pod name, and if I do the bash, so here if I do environment env environment, you can see the updated MySQL configuration is showing the very secure password, the MySQL user, secure user, everything showing. So let me exit from here. And then if I do the KGP, so this is our MySQL. So let me get the MySQL one. So KXX, so now we are going inside the MySQL pod. So dash, you can see the have name. So we can do MySQL -u user and the secure user -p, and the password will be the very secure password. So now we're inside the MySQL. So if I do the show databases, you can see we have the 2-tier backend DB. So we have to go inside this create inside this one. So if I do 2-tier backend DB, so now we're inside this 2-tier. If I do show tables, you can see we don't have any tables. We have to create the tables for the user and the get history. So for that, I'm just copying this command and it will be creating the user. And the next one will be creating the get history. So if I do the show tables, now you can see our user and the history is created. So now next thing to do, insert a user inside the create a user inside the user. So let me just hello. Okay, so the user is created. So if I do the select from users, you can see our user is created. So let me exit from here. So exit from the MySQL. Now I have to create a db config OML file for the key value pair in the config map. For that, I do beam db config OML. So here, let me copy the code and paste it here. So then save and quit. And now we have to k-apply minus f ddb config k-apply k-apply minus f db config OML. Mhm. Oh, I got it. So let me go back to the so there is a okay, now it should be good. So k apply minus f db config. So it's configure. So if I get the k get config map, you can see it's showing the it's created MySQL config 10 seconds ago. So if I get the k get cm MySQL config minus o or hyphen o ml, you can see it's showing the all the MySQL password and everything, the annotation. So now I have to go inside this backend and then have to add this one. So I can like just delete all this. Now save and quit. And if I do the k apply minus f, the backend YML is configured. So if I do the KGP, you can see the previous one is terminating and the newly one is running with the 6 seconds ago. And let me copy this one and go inside this pod. You can see we are getting the same configuration, the secure very passwords, like same thing as before. So everything should be good now. So the next thing we have to do, we have to run the deployment and change the resources configuration. For that, to go back to the backend YML again and then have to add some changes. Fix this. Now save and quit. And if I do k apply minus f, the backend YML again. So it's configured. If I do the KGP, and you can see it's running, and it's created KGP, so it's running. So now if I do the K, describe the pod and the pod, this one. So you can see it's giving me all the information for the uh, uh what I did and all the information. So the next thing we have to do is the incorporate with the liveness pub and the readiness pub. For that, have to go to the beam, the backend YML again, and here have to add this comment. Okay, it should be good now. So if I do kfly minus app, the backend YML again, now it's configured. If I do the KGP, you can see the previous one is terminated and the newly one is created. And then if I do the k logs minus f and the pod name, k logs minus f and the pod name. So you can see the pod is showing a getting 200 status, so everything is running. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is the go back to the backend YML, and we have to add the readiness pub for that. So let me go back to the image. Take this one. And k apply minus f the backend again, and it's configured. So if I do the KGP, you can see the pod is running created 6 seconds ago. And if I delete the KG, okay, it's created. Now if I do delete the backend deployment and the config map, so if I do k delete minus f the backend, and then I do KGP again, you can see it's terminating. I forget CM, so it's still good. So now it's k delete minus f db config. Now it's deleted. Now we have to create a custom Helm chart for the 2D application and run it. For that, I do the Helm list. Give me a second, guys. Okay, Helm list. Then I'll do the Helm create 2 tier. So 2 tier is created. If I do ls, you can see 2 tier is created. Now I have to go inside this 2 tier, and then if I do ls, you can see everything is showing the template. So now I have to remove the chart, this one, the directory for the urm minus fr, and then the charts. So the chart is removed. If I do ls, you can see chart is not showing. So then I have to go inside this template. So if I do cd template, and here there is like some of the file I don't need it, so I have to remove all the for that urm minus rf and dot slash star. So it will be remove everything. If I do ls, I have nothing inside this. So now I have to go cd in the back and have to clean up the chart. So if I do the ls, you can see the chart YML is showing. So let me clear. So now I have to go inside this one, the charts YML, and then here I have to delete everything. So I'll be just delete all whole thing. So I'll delete the whole thing. Now I have to copy this command and paste it here. So what this will do, it will be API version 2, name will be 2 tier, and this will be a Helm chart for the 2D application, type will be application, version, and the app version will be 1.0. So now save and quit. Now if I go to the CD, so now I have to copy all the backend. So now I have to copy the backend YML and they send everything to the template. And then if I go to the CD, 2 tier and the templates. So if I have to use this command now, so it will be move all the DB config here, and then if I do ls, oh sorry, ls, you can see now it's showing. Now I have to go back to the 2 tier directory and edit the values.yml file for that beam. So if I do the cd ls, so yes, so I have to do beam values YML file, and here I have to remove everything, and then so let me check the command. So command or So DD. GG. Okay. So don't judge me, guys. I'm still learning this. So set as D. Okay. So partial D will be remove everything. So that's the new one for me. Okay. So now we copy this comment and paste it here. So here I have to change the, so it will be my studio and the backend. Okay, now everything's save and quit. So if I go to the template directory, and if I do the beam backend YML, and now I have to change these replicas. So if I go to the replicas, and then image, I have to change. So image should be this one. Now save and quit. If I do cd and then by ls, you can see now I have to do the ham install to tier xyz and the tool tier, so is deploy. And if I do the ham list, you can see it will show in the two tiers is deploy. And if I do the KGP, and you can see the backend is created 14 seconds ago, the backend parts. If I get CM, you can see the MySQL config is created as well. And now if I do the beam to tier values YML, and here if I change these replicas to the 3, and I do ham upgrade the two tier XYZ, then two tier, oh, GML upgrade to tier XYZ, and then put here. You can see is deploy, and now if I do the KGP, it will be showing two more bodies creating. So you can do change to, you don't have to go back to this one. You can just use this command and upgrade the two tier XYZ, then two tier, and then set replica count equal to 5. So you can use this replicas. MI replica. That is one is here. It should be help, not help. So that's why I'm getting the arrow. So you can see now it's deploy. If I do the KGP, you can see uh two more is added. So 4 seconds ago, 4 seconds ago. So that's how you can upgrade the replica by using this command. Now I have to create a front-end deployment. For that, go to the two-tier and the template. And then I use this command for the front-end deployment. And then if I do the ls, you can see the front-end YML is created. So if I do the bin front-end YML, and here I have to change the replicas as well. So add this replicas value, and then image. So image, we can remove this one, and we add this image tag, not the whole thing. Paste it here, and the name will be the front end. Now save and quit. And if I go to the cd/cd, and if I do the upgrade, the two-tier XYZ and the two-tier, so you sense is deploy with the 4 of the, so it's 4 revision. I do KGP, you can see is everything is running, and the front end also running. Crash loop back. So this will crash loop back because we didn't configure the backend services. For that, we have to go to the cd two-tier and the template, and here we have to get deploy. So it's for front end is 30 seconds ago. So now we have to create a deployment services for the backend. So we use this command. So if I do the ls, you can see the backend services YML is created. Go back, and if I do the uninstall two-tier YZ, so it's uninstall. So now I have to install the install two-tier and the two-tier So it's deployed. Now if I do the KGS, you can see our backend services and the front-end services showing. I mean the backend services showing. And now if I do the KGP, you can see our backend and front-end pod is running. So now to see our everything is running, we have to go back to any of the nodes and change the security group. So we click on the security group, and then in the security group we change some of the things. When we added the inbound rule, delete this one, and we make it simple, add a rule. It will be all traffic and the anywhere. Okay, then the last one, edit inbound rule, remove this one and add a new rule, and it will be all traffic and it will be anywhere. So now I copy the IP address and the oh, I didn't deploy the content, so let me go back to the two tier. So CD two tier, okay, get deploy, and then I have to add this one. So if I do the KGS, uninstall to here, YZ is already uninstalled, and install to here, then it will be go into the two tier two. Okay. So I can see what to do. Tier is not found. So if you miss anything, you don't. If I do, that's why. So if I do ls now, so you can see. So that's why I'm not getting. Then install root here. to tier 2, and then from the to tier valid. Okay, sudo and install root here, root here, sudo install, no, sudo and install root here, to everything from B to the unable to be. If I do the KGS, so if I do the to here, and content, what can I do is the k apply minus f the content SBC. Okay, so if I go to the CD, if I do ls, okay, now if I do the KGS, okay, so I just deployed the services, so it should be good now. So now I have the front end SBC right now, so it should be good. And the port will be 30457. So our application is running right now. You can see our backend also working. And now if I log in, hello@gmail.com, and the password will be hello123, and you can see our backend also running. So there's a like minor debugging you have to do. So that's how you do as a DevOps engineer. You have to find the problem and try to resolve it and solve it. So the next thing you have to do is lastly you have to incorporate with the EFK stick for the login. So first thing I have to do, I will create the namespace. So create the namespace, login, and then I will do config the set contest to be current, and the namespace equal to login. Let me check one thing. Okay, config set contest. Current. Okay, content is modified. Now I have to add the elastic repo and update the ham. For that, I copy this command and paste it here. It will be update the elastic, and then I'll be update the elastic repo. For that, I will copy this command and paste it here. So it will be installed the Elasticsearch, and you can see it's deployed. So if I do the KGP, you can see the Elasticsearch is in its status, and the KGS, and the service is showing. So I have to wait until everything is running right now. It's still in it. KGP. So now everything is running. So next thing I have to do is install the file bit. For that, copy this command and paste it here. So as you can see, is deploy. So if I do the KGP, you can see the container is creating. So I have to wait this container is creating. So while this one creating, I have to create one of the Kibana value YML file. And here I have to give this one, so the services, and it will get the node port, save and quit. So if I do KGP again, so you can see everything is running right now. So now I have to install the Kibana with the Kibana values YML file. For that, I copy this command and paste it here. So it will be installed, take a little bit of time. So let me keep the notepad open so where you are needed. So you can see we can retrieve the elastic user password. For that, we copy this command and paste it here so we can get the password for it. So you can copy until you want to. So copy this one. So this is your password for the elastic. And now if I do KGP, you can see Kibana is still pending. So if it's not working, what we can do, we can delete the one of the elastics first and the file bit, so it will be faster. For that, I can do k delete parts, the elastic, k delete parts is the one, and the file bit one. So mm, file. And the namespace will be login. So part is deleted. So if I do the KGP, you can see the Kibana is running now. So next thing I have to do is KGS. So Kibana is running on this port. So I have to go there and the 30441. So it will be running the elastic for the EFK stick. So I'll be seeing the elastic the EFK stick page where I can get login and see all the so it's still loading. Yeah, so you can see let me make it bigger. So now I'm inside the you can see it's landing page for the welcome to Elastic. So the user will be Elastic and the password will be the password we save it. So copy and paste it here and log in. So I don't need the password no more. So let me just delete it. So you can see this is the dashboard. So if I go to the stake management here, and if I click on the data view, and I can create the data view, and I can give this one name as a file bit and the index will be file bit and save data view. And now I can stack management. So you can see data index management. I go there and I create data stream. I can see the file bit showing and the health is green, which means our application is healthy. And then we can see all the log for this one. If I click on this one, you can see, and then so if I can go to the three dot here, and if I go to discover, you can see our application got up to 1,677 hits, and this is the all log. And if I click on the EKS cluster, let me check the EKS cluster. So this is the EKS cluster whole thing. So now we can create a custom view. For that I can do Kubernetes dot labels app and the backend. So I can see the backend got 260 hits. So this is the all backend logs. So this is one way you can see the log with the better view, have all the information. So basically that's why we use the Elastic for the data stack. So this is the end of the video. So let me go back and the agenda. So we already did all these and incorporated the login part. So that's it for me today. So thank you guys. If you have any question, you can reach out to my email or you can comment it in under the video so I can give you all the link if you need it. And please share this video. And if anything mistake, just give me the suggestion because I'm newly into the DevOps as a CloudOps. So learning the AWS as much as possible, like self-learning. So please give me likes and share this video. That will be appreciated. Thank you guys and have a good day.